whisper through the dead saloon. The creak of the swing doors hums a lonesome tune. Shadows stretch long in the fading sun's light. This ghost town remembers the sins of the night. Boots scrape the gravel, the echoes don't fade. Every step feels like a debt unpaid. The gallows still stand where justice once lied, but the ghosts in my chest are harder to hide. They say the past don't die, it just learns how to wait. Hiding in the corners where shadows congregate. A man can't outrun the devil on his trail. In this town of whispers, even silence wails. A broken clock ticks in the sheriff's old room. Its hands frozen time, a monument to doom. I see my reflection in the cracked glass, a stranger to himself, haunted by the past. The harmonica moans like a long-lost plea. Slide guitar weeps for a soul set free. Every note cuts deep like a barbed wire fence. This town is my prison, my guilt the sentence. They say the past don't die, it just learns how to wait. Hiding in the corners where shadows congregate. A man can't outrun the devil on his trail. In this town of whispers, even silence wails.
The sun sank low like a blood-red scar through the canyon's throat. I rode this far. The wind it howled like a banshee's cry. Ghost town shadows where the lost souls lie. The saloon doors creak, but no one's there. Just echoes and whispers that chill the air. A lone chair rocks though the wind stands still. This town remembers every blood it spilled. I came back to face what I left behind. The graves I dug in a vengeful mind. This place won't forgive, it don't forget. Ghost town shadows hold my death. Footsteps fall on the dusty wood, each sound accusing like I knew they would. The church bells crack, but it tolls for me, a sinner marked for eternity. The slide guitar wails like a mournful hymn as the ghosts surround me, pale and grim. Their hollow eyes burn, they pull me near. I can't outrun what brought me here. I came back to face what I left behind. The graves I dug in a vengeful mind. This place won't forgive, it don't forgive.
howls low through the canyon's throat. Dust on my boots, memories like a note. The sun's a pale coin in the empty sky. Hollow Creek calls where the shadows lie. The saloon doors creak like a mourner's sigh. Boards are rotted but the spirits don't die. I hear their whispers in the broken stone. This town ain't empty, I'm not alone. They're calling my name from the graveyard hill. Voices of the past, they haunt me still. The sins I buried, they found their way in Hollow Creek. The dead don't stay. The church bell hangs, rusted and torn. Its silence screams louder than the devil's horn. I see her face in the window's pane, eyes of sorrow, a ghost in the rain. My holster's heavy, my hands ice cold. The gun still cursed, the stories it told. Every step I take, the ground seems to groan. In this ghost town, I'm paying my own. They're calling my name from the graveyard hill. Voices of the past, they haunt me still. The sins I buried, they found their way in Hollow Creek. The dead don't stay. Dusty streets, shadows stretch long where the lost souls meet. The saloon doors creak, but no one's inside. Just the echoes of sins that can't outride. Boots on the boards, each step feels cursed. The weight of my deeds makes the silence worse. The church bell's rusted, it won't ever ring, but the ghosts in this town still whisper and sing. This ghost town knows my name. It calls me back to face the blame. The desert keeps its secrets deep, where the living don't tread and the dead don't sleep. Cracked photograph on a barroom wall. The faces are faded, but I know them all. The whiskey I sip tastes like regret. Each drop burns with the lives I've left. The harmonica wails like a banshee's cry. Slide guitar moans under a blood-red sky. Every shadow here is a piece of my past, a reminder that nothing could ever last. where the living don't tread and the dead don't sleep. It howls through the hollowed street. Dust kicks up where old shadows meet. The saloon's doors creak, they sway and moan. A ghost town whispers and I walk alone. Boots on the boards where they used to dance. Each step I take feels like a second chance. But the faces I see in the windows glare ain't flesh and blood, just memories there. I came back to bury the sins I own. This town ain't dead, it's just flesh and bone. The ghosts of my past, they won't let me go. In this haunted place where the shadows grow. Tumbleweed rolls like a specter's sigh. The church bell rings though the rope hangs dry. I tip my hat to the graveyard hill. Each name on the stone sends a colder chill. The saloon piano plays a broken tune under the blood-red gaze of the lonesome moon. I light a match for a cigarette drag, but the flame won't last, it just starts to sag. I came back to bury the sins I own. This town ain't dead, it's just flesh and bone. The ghosts of my past, they won't let me go. In this haunted place where the shadows grow.
Wind howls low through the dusty street. Boots scrape the ground where the shadows meet. Empty saloons and the whispers they keep. This ghost town's alive with the secrets that see. I ride through the ruins where memories dwell. The faces I've wronged, I know them too well. The The church bell is silent, its toll now occurs. The weight of my sins, they couldn't be worse. The shadows stretch long, they call out my name. The ghosts of my past still play their cruel game. With every slow step, their voices grow loud in this hollowed out town where regrets form a shroud. The saloon doors creak as I push them aside, a mirror of dust where my demons reside. The bottles are empty, but their spirits remain, laughing and jeering, mocking my pain. The harmonica cries in the wind's cold moan, a tune of despair that chills to the bone. The slide guitar weeps a lament for the damned in this lifeless expanse. I make my last stand. The shadows stretch long, they call out my name. The ghosts of my past still play their cruel game. With every slow step, their voices grow loud in this hollowed out town where regrets form a shroud.
Dust kicks up beneath my boots. The sun sinks low and red. The wind it howls through hollow streets like whispers from the dead. The saloon doors creak on rusty hinges. Shadows dance and play. This ghost town holds my sin, the ones I can't betray. The shadows stretch, they call my name in voices cracked and dry. The echoes of the life I led, they'll haunt me till I die. A gunslinger's hand, a devil's deal, I wear the weight of sin. This town remembers everything, the man I might have been. A tumbleweed rolls past the church, the steeple leans with time. The graveyard's full of names I know, etched in dust and grime. The whiskey bottle in my coat feels heavy as regret. Each sip's a toast to ghosts I made and lives I won't forget. The shadows stretch, they call my name in voices cracked and dry. The echoes of the life I led, they'll haunt me till I die. A gunslinger's hand, a devil's deal, I wear the weight of sin. This town remembers everything, the man I might have been. Harmonica wails a lonesome tune, it cuts right through the dark. remains. I holster up, I face the dust. The sky bleeds out its gold. The night will fall, and with it comes the memories it holds. This ghost town is my reckoning. Its silence speaks my crime. I'm doomed to walk these haunted streets until